So, as is often the case with me, it never rains, it pours. It's lots of videos. I've got my feet back underneath me. Just moved house a couple of weeks before Christmas. Chaos ensued. Got to be kind to yourself though when it comes to expectation management and knowing what can and can't be achieved, as I say to all my clients. So I've been practicing what I preach, decompressing, managing my expectations of myself and others, knowing now more than ever during the pandemic is a time to cut each other some slack, be a bit more understanding, a bit more compassionate, a bit more empathic in how we judge others. A lot of people doing the very best they can with what they have available to them at this time. Sometimes knowing that we actually just have to leave some people behind as well. Some situations behind that aren't good for us. So at the turn of the year, I've got a real sense of anticipation. Flowing, or shall I say, growing inside of me. Getting my feet back underneath me, having relocated from Brighton, September 2020, more than a year ago. Only now really feeling like things are flowing in the right direction. Getting into flow is a great way of stopping to worry about time. Being in flow, getting to places that are important to me, doing things that are important to me, getting out at sunset, making a little film like this, reaching out to my friends and connections, making sure I'm mic'd up, because the last few videos I made, the sound was absolutely atrocious, so I had to spend a couple of days typing the subtitles so people understood, because I knew I couldn't remake that film because it was a one shot only opportunity. Anyway, in considering my upcoming book on being good and understanding who we are, setting our intentions, probably publicly. That's a very big part about stating our intentions, not just inside here, but also writing them down, investing time in them, and then telling people what you're setting your intentions as, goals, objectives, and such like. That's a very, very important part. I think the Psychology Association of North America 25, 30, 40 years ago stated that when a goal is created and we keep it inside, we have about a 5 to 10% chance of fulfilling it. If we write that goal down and detail it and describe how we might achieve it, almost as an action plan, we've got a slightly better chance of maybe 40 or 50% probability of fulfilling the goal. If we state our goal, write it down, and tell people about it, that probability of success goes up dramatically to 60 to 80 to perhaps 90% probability of success. So I'm doing that here, having been off the boil as a coach at least for a while, and coming back on to the boil and getting in touch with my faculties and strengths. I realise I've got to practice what I preach. So part of that is that I have started to clear my mind, not necessarily by decluttering my mind, but actually eating more healthily by fasting. Fasting is quite a trendy thing, I know, but it's been around for millennia. People argue that human beings are not designed, to evolved to eat 3 meals a day, and I've been eating 3 meals a day and some, and I've gained a lot of weight, and that's really not contributed to my productivity or effectiveness. So I'm about 10 days in. I've got a photograph I'm thinking about sharing to demonstrate why the need is that I do tackle my lack of fitness. And by stating that publicly, by the fact that I'm bringing this really important book out, which is 23, 24, 25, a quarter of a century in the making since I became expert, and that is actually built upon all those previous years of 30 plus years for me to feel in a position of insight, experience, expertise, competency and insight to be able to claim that I know about the meaning of life, and I codified the meaning of life, and I can make that a congruent formula. And that's important to me too. So watch this space is all I would say, and perhaps reach out. No person ever achieved anything truly worthwhile absolutely insulated from society. In other words, nobody did anything worthwhile alone. So I'm looking to build more and more connectivity, more and more sense of interconnectedness. I think there's far too much division in society, and I'm here devoting myself to being part of something bigger than myself, generating some love in a world that doesn't talk about it as much as it deserves. That's me signing off on another wee film. Peace and purpose. Thank you.